And the next bit is probably going to take another 10 minutes. And it's more the focus of this video. And those are the channel goals moving forward. And I've always said that I do this as a hobby, and that's completely true. YouTube comes after, it comes after school, work, like school, comma, work, you know, both of those things, and homework and all that, and my actual job, and then my girlfriend, and then sometimes whatever relaxing time I choose to give myself. Then YouTube happens, right? So I've always been kind of the hobbyist deal, and I can't say I'm gonna go professional or something like that, but I really want to, especially when I get the new computer, I really want to update, or upgrade I should say, what I'm doing. And I'm gonna go a little try hard, or a little more try hard, and I'll talk about why in a sec. But the goals are gonna be better video quality. My biggest limitation to video quality right now is actually my computer. Like I said, I can barely record HD for computer games, and then my console games, my Elgato holds, you know, HD just fine. I don't push to 1080 because, again, my computer can't take it, even though my Elgato can go to 1080. But I cap it at 720 just in like a lower bitrate, just to make sure I don't blow up my computer when I'm recording. So there's that, and then this is something these things are things I don't want to do, these first couple, but here's a reason. So I want to start doing the video intro thing, and then like the video outro thing, like the end screens. And YouTube kind of streamlined that because before you had to edit those yourself. You'd have to put in your video preview, like in Vegas I would have to put in video previews myself, like the footage. And then I would have to use the YouTube annotation box, and I'd have to put a box over where I put my preview, and then I'd have to link the video itself that I want people to like circulate into. And when you did the sub button, you had to put your channel icon, and then again put an annotation box with a sub, like they had a sub link in the annotation things. It would say subscribe to your channel, and you would just put it over that. And that's how you used to have to do end screens. And YouTube streamlined that to where they do it for you now. Basically, they put up the two thumbnails, or one or two, or however many thumbnails you want, and then your sub icon. Like, they do all of that for you. I don't know, you probably didn't notice, you may have noticed. I mean, people have been doing it for a while, but YouTube made the change to do that, you know, a few months back, maybe a year ago. It's been pretty helpful. And I don't use any of that. For one, it always felt weird because you're breaking up the flow, like the Let's Play flow of being chill, and, you know, it's kind of a hangout vibe. That's what I go for in my videos. And then you interrupt it all of a sudden with, like, you know, YouTube marketing, check out my shit, click here, you know, all that stuff. And I was kind of against it at first, but it does help, so maybe I'm considering going to it, especially because they made it easier. The video intro thing, I'd have to make one, and that'll be pretty fun, but that's going to take me a while, because kind of a perfectionist, I'd have to really think about it. I just do the normal, like, fade in, fade out deal, but, you know, when I say video intro, I mean just, like, some kind of logo flash or little animation, and then your shit starts, and, you know, then everyone's watching, and I'd have to go that way. So I was thinking about doing that. And then thumbnails are something I've been wrestling with. I do not like the marketing manufactured thumbnails that every fucking person puts on their Let's Play videos. You know, where it's like, you spend a couple minutes in Photoshop or whatever, you take like one background from the video game, and then one piece of the art for like a character, and then just slap it on there, and then put like your logo and then a number. You know, you see that shit everywhere, where it's you know, like box art, background, channel logo, number. You know, and then the reason I didn't like it before was, for one, the two Let's Players who actually got me into doing this shit was Nintendo Capri Sun and Cholera Ninja, and they never did it. They never did that with their videos before. Or, you know, a long time ago anyway. And now they're both starting to do it, so I'm like, maybe it's time to, you know, step out of the dark ages and start, I don't know, maybe I don't have an excuse anymore, you know, is kind of what I'm saying. I can't point to other people who do it and go, well, see, these people are successful, and it's... Yeah, so I don't know. I don't want to do it. I'll probably end up doing it somehow if I can think of something interesting. The reason I don't like doing it isn't, for one, it's just I don't like that manufactured feel. You know, it's kind of like, this is a DVD box set, here's my Let's Play kind of thing. I don't like that. But also at the same time, I like having the thumbnails that YouTube gives you. Because when you upload a video, YouTube generates 3 thumbnails from your video. Just, you know, and you get to pick which one you want to use. And the reason I like using those is because it shows where I'm at in the game and what I'm doing. So if people can't tell what the fuck's happening by the title, and they don't want to click through a bunch of videos to find out where I'm at, because that's what happens with the Photoshop, you know, stock generic thumbnails that you make for a series. Unless you're putting where you're at in the titles, people don't know what the fuck's happening. So I have to open the video, find it, go, okay, I don't want to see this, I want to see this boss. I have to close it, go back, then find something else. And I liked having the natural thumbnails just because it felt a little more organic, and I felt it was easier for the viewer sometimes, and it kind of gave every video I made its, you know, special snowflake feeling of where I'm at, what I'm doing, and not this, well, here's number fucking 74, here's number 75, and it wasn't that, it was, I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that, I guess, and that's what I was considering. So I might start doing it, and if I do start doing it, I'm gonna have to go back and do fucking screens for 800 videos, and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So, I mean, I would do it though. I'd spend like a weekend or something, just 8 hours a day, just going back and just click, 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 just setting everything up. And I think that would really help out a little bit. Really what the fuck? Does that even make sense? Really help out a little bit? You shut up, okay? So, I think it would help out because the big reason... Cracking more knuckles. Nervous habit, but when I look at my YouTube stats, you know, for where I get views and stuff like that, it's my playlists. You know, it'll say views come from playlists, aka people go to my playlist section because I link all my playlists in my videos now, and they, you know, go through there. Like, my playlists will have, you know, 5,000, 10,000, 40,000 views. Right? Like, the actual playlist itself has a ton of views, because people are going in there to find videos. And if I do the end screen stuff, the reason you do that with like the end screen and links and whatever is because it keeps pushing people through your channel. Like, they'll watch a video and then you pop up 2 more and they go, yeah, I'll watch another. You know, I got another 20 minutes. Something like that, and then they watch another. And it would help keep pace with you know, the Let's Plays. I don't have to like, you want to make it as easy as possible for the viewer. You don't want them... Like, the way I have it set up now is that when you're done with the video, you have to... If you're full screening, you have to, you know, unfull screen, and then you have to find the playlist, or you have to find next, and you have to go through it that way. But if you put the next one up on the fucking screen for them, it's just like, okay, pop, you know, then they go. So, I'm looking at that. I'd have to learn Photoshop. I used to know a little bit of Photoshop, and I haven't touched it for, like, years. So I'd have to actually learn some Photoshop, and that's going to take some effort and some dedication, because Photoshop is... I mean, the basic stuff you want to do is pretty easy, but a lot of the basic stuff you can also do in Paint. So there's that, and then if you want to do anything complex, you have to learn some shit. The other thing is I want to get better at editing. The reason I've been kind of pumping out Let's Plays is because they're not very editing intensive. I just check audio. Maybe I edit a joke in here or there, something like that, and then it goes, it's good, it ships. And I have to learn more in Vegas, which I've learned a lot since I started. But there's obviously a lot more I need to learn. I need to learn a couple things with, like, frames and zooming. Like, some very basic stuff I just haven't put the time into, so I need to focus on that. And if I get better at editing, it'll make funnier videos, I feel like, or just better videos. I want to make shorter videos, henceforth, and the reason is it honestly gets exhausting recording hours at a time, because I'll have, like, it gets exhausting recording, and then it gets exhausting editing, because I'll have to sit there for, you know, like, I'll do a Darkest Dungeon video, it'll be an hour and 20 minutes, and I chop out like a half hour of it, and I have to go through and still edit everything, make sure everything lines up. Like, the part 2 of the Crimson Court DLC took me maybe 3 hours to do that. Even though it's an hour long, it took me 3 hours to make it, and then it took like 4.5 hours to render. So like, I started that video at 2 in the afternoon, and it wasn't done until like 11:30. You know, that it took so fucking long to do that, and that was just a couple days ago. And at that point, I was like, okay, I need to stop. This is too much. And then I go back and I edit Hollow Knight, which my videos are about 35-40 minutes recorded, and I chop them down to about 28, and I go, yeah, this is good. You know, it's short enough to where I can do stuff that I want to and keep my sanity while I'm editing. And then I realized that if anyone sits through hours of those videos, you know, props to them, because that's hard. Like, it's getting hard for me to edit, so it's probably hard to sit through sometimes, just because it's such a long investment. And with the shorter videos, I'll be able to edit better, because another thing that's really stopping me from doing some, you know, funny edits and stuff like that, or some cool things, is because I'll be editing a long-ass video. I'll be 45 minutes in, and then I go, wow, I could really make something off this right here, 45 minutes, and I go, no one's going to see it, or, you know, half the people that watch this video are going to see it. And it's good to reward people for their dedication, but at the same time, it's like, you want to make everyone a part of that viewing experience, you know? So it's like, I can't edit this joke here, because it's so far into the fucking video, it's not even going to matter. And half the time, it's like, when you're watching and you're 45 minutes in already, you're tuned in at that point, or you're listening or something. You know, you might be listening at work. Some people do that. You know, some people just listen for the commentary, which is, you know, good on you. And so, it just, half the time, it seems so left field to just throw something in that late, because the video's not fast-paced. All of a sudden, you put something fast-paced in there. You see what I'm saying? And the times I do decide to do it on the long videos, that's why I slide it to the beginning. You know, I'll do like a little today thing, and then I'll show what I edit, and I'll put it together, and that's kind of like a hook attempt. Then also, it's really me saying, I don't think anyone's going to be watching at 38 minutes or 57 minutes. I'm going to put it here at the beginning, so at least everyone gets to see it. You know, and then the question becomes, how do I, you know, like, when it comes to that, the interesting point afterwards is it comes to the point where, I said point 4 times, but, when that part of the video happens where I clip the edit, I have to decide, am I going to put it in a second time and then everyone has to see it again, or do I just leave it out, or do I do something different? You know, I always have that kind of concern, and yeah, and that's just what I've been working with. I'm at 23 minutes, fuck me. Okay, so I told you this is gonna be long, alright? And we only have a couple more points to go. So I was talking about better quality, better ingredients, editing, shorter videos because they're a little easier to do. I'm never gonna go I'm never gonna go Game Grumps status, where I make an 11-minute fucking video with, you know, the couple-second intro and the couple-second outro, so it's basically a 10-minute video. You know, I even watched a couple of their videos before I made this to, like, just reference to make sure I knew what the fuck I was talking about, and it really is. You know, I'm not harping on them, they're very successful, obviously, but I'll never go that short. I feel like that's too short of a fucking video for 10 minutes. And the reason is, it's just in case people don't have a lot of time, but then also, when you break everything up, if you make one little 10-minute segment entertaining, then they go, that was pretty good, I'll watch another 10 minutes. You know, and it's like they get the choice. And then also you split up your videos so you get more ad revenue. That's mainly the thing. You split them up so much that, you know, if people are going to watch your half-hour video, if you're going to get 50,000 people to watch that, and they're going to watch the next video, may as well just shorten it, right? Just make it 10 minutes, so you get 50,000, 50,000, 50,000, and you split, instead of getting 50,000 for one video, you basically get 150,000 for the same video. Does that make sense? Because you split it up 3 times. 3 times 50K is 150. You follow the math. Yeah. So there's that. My chair's creaky, as always. Maybe I'll buy a new chair at some point. I'm going to make different kinds of videos too, not just Let's Plays. I'm going to... There are a couple fighting games coming out that I'm going to focus on, and my friends and I are big fighting game fans. We've been playing for, like, almost 20 years. Most of my Actually, all of my current best friends I met at my local arcade playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. All like 5 or 6 of them that I still game with and hang out with to this day. I met in like 2001, 2002 playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's how we met each other. And so we're all, big into fighting games. We like playing them. Marvel Infinite's coming out. I played the demo. It was actually pretty fun. I'm not 100% sold because I don't like the cast, but I'll still play it. I'm going to focus more on short videos too. I just have to have them happen. Like the short videos that I make... Sorry about that, I had a little hiccup. The short videos that I normally make really just kind of happen. Like I'll be playing a game and then I go, yeah, and if it's on my Xbox, I'll clip it. Or if it's in a Let's Play, I'll kind of save it and then I go, yeah, I can make something off that. Like the No Eyes thing. I thought about putting it in the Let's Play video, but I was like, this would be better as a standalone thing. So I made that. Same with like the Overwatch stuff, and I'm going to focus more on short videos. I'm going to try to. Just when they happen, I'll be more aware of when I can use them and stuff like that. And then when I get a new computer, I can do group stuff. I can actually have my friends over and play fucking video games, because the reason I don't do that now is because I use a headset to record, and you can't get everyone on the same headset. And then I have a actual microphone, like a desk mic, that can pick up a room's audio, but I have so much ambient noise in my room, in my house, that I can't use it right now. It's just, I'm gonna use that fucking thing, and it's gonna pick up my computer fan, my room fan, and my dog barking in the other room. Or both of them. So I can't use the fucking thing. And so if I get rid of the computer fan, like the computer noise, I'll consider using it, because especially if I have friends over. And I have a friend that's able to record with his computer too, decently, so I might take the mic to his house instead. But yeah, I can start doing stuff with, my friends and playing fighting games, stuff like that. So that's kind of what I want to get into. I want to start getting into guides and reviews, just because those do, for one, those are fun to do. Two, they do generate viewership and stuff like that. I have 700 and something subs right now. Maybe 200 of them are from my Guardians of Middle-earth days, where, they probably unsubbed at this point, but like, there was a point when I had 300 subs, half of them were Guardians of Middle-earth. Because I played a lot of that game, I had a lot of guides, a lot of joked videos, a couple tournaments that I got to cast, community tournaments. And one of my happy accomplishments is I was voted as like a favorite, or like the favorite caster. So go figure. People liked what I was doing. And what is it? Like, those are just fun to do, and like I said, they generate viewership, so I'm going to get into those. And this last thing I'm going to start trying to add to, I already have one lined up, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to make some like salty rant deal videos, just because that's, like, I've always gone off on rants on shit, like, for years, since I was a teenager and shit like that, and I've always had people go, well, you should write these, or publish these, or do something, and, because sometimes my rants aren't just me, like, flying off the handle, being randomly pissed off at shit. It's, like, I'll be irritated at something, and I'll actually put together a cohesive argument for it. And so I might start doing that every time, like, the need arises. I'm not going to go looking for shit to get pissed off at. Just, if it happens, I can make something out of it, I'm going to. And I have one. I have one plan so far, and I'm going to get to work on that in a little bit. Like, soon TM, probably 2-3 weeks from now, you might see it. But I think that'd be fun, and it's different content, so I'll put that in. Especially if I start doing face videos, I can kind of use that as a way to do it. I don't think I'll ever do face Let's Plays. I don't know. That's kind of that's a big shift I have to consider. What is it? I'm going to start trying to have a consistent schedule. If I can do that. I've been trying to have, like, at least 4 videos a week kind of thing. I've been trying to at least hit an upload limit, like a quota. But I may have an actual schedule where, like, I'm going to put this up on this day, this game on this day, this game on this day. It's like, some games maybe like some days maybe main game days, and then like secondary days. So if I do like 6 videos in a week, I might do 3 main games, 2 secondaries, and then like 1 short or something like that. I don't know, I'm still working on that one. But that's kind of the idea that I had for that, because I know schedules are good. For one, they're good for me because I'll know what the fuck I'm doing, and then 2, they're probably good for people because they'll know what to expect. You know, people go, oh shit, Tuesday, I'm gonna get to watch Hollow Knight or something like that, you know? So there's that. I have a friend that I used to years ago. We did some YouTube stuff, and then some stuff happened between us, and we weren't friends for a bit. And now we kind of like mended the fence, so we've been hanging out and stuff like that. And he still wants to make videos, and he's kind of like he's the other half of my creative juice. So that's why I want to do it. You know, that's why we've been talking about it. Because he still wants to edit, he just hasn't done anything, you know? So he wants to get back into it, and I'm sitting here like, you know, I like what I'm doing by myself, but at the same time, I just make different content with this person, you know? And we work off each other really well, so that's kind of what I want to do. I want to start like incorporating that. I don't know if it's going to be like a new channel or on this channel, I haven't decided yet. So I don't know how that's going to work. That's something we're going to have to hammer out. But I'm kind of getting to that point where I want to work with him again on stuff. And he's going to start taking some editing classes too at our local community college, which I'm like, I should probably take those too. You know, step my game up. Because I took one before, but that was so many years ago and I didn't really learn anything anyway. Because it was a filmmaking class, so you learn how to shoot. You know, it was mostly camera work, it wasn't editing. So I was like, I know how to do a close-up and a medium shot and a wide shot. I know how to do all those right now. But, you know, it didn't really help me on editing, because I already knew a lot of the basics, because that's all he taught us was like, you know, check audio and make sure you have this. It's like, yeah, I already know that. I know how to do that, so. But we talked about streaming, and again, the streaming limitation is the computer. You know, I just don't have a strong enough computer to stream. Like, it can't even... Recording is less intensive than streaming, and I still can't record in HD easily. So it's like, there's no way I'm going to be able to stream a 720 game right now, if I can't even record a 720 game comfortably. So, the reason streaming came up is just because it's something different, it's fun, it's more interactive. I have streamed a few times, I've enjoyed it. The couple times I have done it. I used to stream a lot when I played Guardians of Middle-earth, but that was, you know, fucking 5 years ago. And the reason we're bringing it up is because Twitch is obviously the most successful. They are the biggest, they are the thing. The problem with Twitch and YouTube right now is if you want to get big or whatever, you have to, for one, go viral, or 2, have someone that's already big, like, sell you. Because the whole platform is so oversaturated with people at this point. You have fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of streamers that are sitting at that, like, 15 to 300 viewer range. You know, just chilling. And some of them don't get partnered, which is the goal for most people, is like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna work fucking 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week streaming, and I'm just gonna try and get there, you know. And if you listen to a lot of the big streamers that have already made it, most of them that I've heard anyway, when they talk about this, they say, if you want to get big in streaming, understand that you're shooting for like a 1% dream, and then also understand you're gonna have to work about at least 8 hours a day, every day, for a year, and make no money. And I was like, yeah, that sounds completely accurate to the expected experience. So the reason I bring it up though is because Twitch is obviously Twitch. I'm familiar with Twitch, I've used Twitch. Like, I watch Twitch, I've streamed on Twitch, I know what Twitch is about. But my friend that I was talking about a couple minutes ago with the videos and stuff like that, he works, or he doesn't work, he does work, but not at E3. He went to E3, and I was going to go, but I couldn't afford it. And so when he was at E3, he met up with some Xbox people, or like Microsoft's team, I guess, or someone. There was this streaming service called Mixer that they were promoting, and Mixer's like a new site. I looked at it, and the interface needs work. It's got some interesting chat options and stuff like that. My friend was telling me that, you can actually merge streams and chat rooms together, something like that. So that's a benefit, because if you have a bunch of small streamers and the chat feels dead, you can merge everyone together, if you're all playing together, and then all of a sudden you go from a bunch of chats that have like 40 people to one chat that has like 200 people, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, there's a little more happening here. And it seemed interesting, and since Mixer is just getting started, they're looking for people to promote it and partner up early. This is kind of like the thing. The reason that Twitch is so hard is because, like I said, it's oversaturated, and Twitch has been around for a while. So, like, they don't have to fight for that. And right now, Mixer is trying to get on their feet, and they're trying to incentivize new streamers. So that's kind of like it's like investing in a new business kind of thing. And if I had a computer strong enough, I don't know if it would be able to do this. I'd have to check OBS, see if they have this capability. But I could, if I had a computer strong enough, I could stream to both. I could stream to Twitch and Mixer at the same time. Because I've seen people do that. I've seen people stream to, I think, YouTube and Twitch together. Or whatever. So, there is that. And it's kind of like the new groundbreaking thing. So, I don't know. I'm starting to get tired. And I'm at the end of my notes here. So, my last thing is, I want to do all of this, but then I also have to realize that I'm going to school. I'm going to college full-time next semester. I've been going part-time. And, I've been taking like a couple classes and working and trying not to die. And now I'm going to be going full-time, meaning, 12 units. I'm at school like, several hours a day, 4 days a week. And I'm taking a lot of social science classes, which is going to be a lot of reading, a lot of writing. And then I still have to hold my job down too, so I'm going to be working 2 or 3 days a week at the same time, and that's going to make videos hard. So I don't know, I might be overreaching for the dreams right now, because if I do all of that, it's going to be hard. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be difficult to keep my grades up, go to work every day that I actually have to work, and then still make all this shit that I want to do on YouTube. So, I don't know. I'm going to try my best. After my summer semester, which is 5 more weeks, I'm going to spend all that time trying to get set up. I'm going to try and take care of everything that I need to first to get YouTube rolling at like maximum efficiency, and hammer out my other plans, and then I'll get going with it. And it's 39 minutes recorded. I'm tired. I don't know if I'm going to split this into 2 for an update. I'm going to do like a part 1 and a part 2. I have no idea. But if you watched all this, after I talk about making shorter videos, here I go. I'm going to split it up. We're going to do 220s. Yeah, so if you watched all this, I appreciate it. As always, thank you for your continued support, and look forward to what's coming up. I don't know what the next video is. It might be Final Fantasy 15. Haven't decided, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.